In the heart of a secluded valley lies a town known as Hollow Creek, where the air grows thick with secrets and the mist rolls in like a shroud, enveloping the landscape. As twilight descends, a dense fog creeps over the weathered rooftops, swallowing the world whole. It's a place where the ordinary seems to hold its breath, waiting for something extraordinary to occur. "Have you heard about the fog?" they ask in hushed tones. They say it hides more than just the town. They say it hides a darkness that has lingered for generations. In this town, every shadow has a story, and every whisper carries a weight. Those who wander too far into the mist often find themselves lost, not just in the fog, but in the memories and echoes of those who came before. Tonight, the fog seems particularly dense, curling around the street lamps like tendrils of a restless spirit. The scent of damp earth mixes with the faint sweetness of decaying leaves. It is a quiet evening, the kind where the wind carries an eerie stillness, and every creak of wood and rustle of leaves seems to echo with unspoken warnings. Hollow Creek, a town steeped in lore, waits for someone brave enough or foolish enough to uncover its deepest secrets. As the last rays of sunlight fade, the streets of Hollow Creek are shrouded in twilight. The cobblestones glisten with moisture, and the wind whispers through the branches of the ancient oaks lining the main road. Their gnarled limbs stretch like skeletal fingers toward the sky, casting long shadows that dance with the encroaching darkness. The town square, usually alive with chatter and laughter, stands eerily silent. A solitary figure moves cautiously through the mist, Detective Sarah Graves, a woman known for her unyielding pursuit of truth. She has come to Hollow Creek not out of curiosity, but necessity, tasked with unraveling the mystery behind a series of strange occurrences that have gripped the town. As she walks, the silence wraps around her like a heavy cloak. The distant hoot of an owl punctuates the stillness, and the occasional rustle in the underbrush sends a shiver down her spine. Sarah's heart races, not from fear, but from the anticipation of the unknown. There's something unsettling in the air, a tension that electrifies the fog, and she can't shake the feeling that she's being watched. Sarah stops outside the Hollow Creek General Store, an establishment that seems to hold the weight of countless stories within its weathered walls. The old shopkeeper, Mr. Collins, stands behind the counter, his face lined with years of worry. He looks up as she enters, his eyes narrowing with suspicion. "Detective Graves," he says, his voice barely above a whisper. "What brings you to our town?" "There's nothing here but shadows and fog." "I'm here to help," she replies, meeting his gaze with determination. "I need to know about the disappearances. People have gone missing, and it's tied to this fog, isn't it?" Mr. Collins hesitates, glancing over his shoulder as if expecting someone to emerge from the shadows. "You should leave well enough alone, miss. The fog isn't something to be trifled with. It takes those who seek the truth, and it gives nothing back." As Sarah probes for information, she learns of the town's troubled past. The fog has always been more than just a weather phenomenon, it's a part of the town's history, entwined with tales of sorrow and loss. Children have vanished, couples have gone missing, and the townsfolk whisper of an ancient curse linked to the land itself. The legend speaks of a spirit, a guardian of the fog, who protects its secrets at all costs. Those who wander too far into the mist are said to lose their way, trapped in a labyrinth of their own fears and regrets. The fog reveals what is hidden, and for some, that revelation is a fate worse than death. As night deepens, Sarah begins her investigation. Each interview with the townsfolk reveals more about the fog's chilling grip on Hollow Creek. An old widow, her eyes haunted, speaks of her husband's disappearance decades ago, lost in the mist during a hunting trip. "He went out to catch dinner and never returned," she recalls, her voice trembling. "Every night, I hear him calling for me, lost in the fog." A young mother, clutching her child close, shares a tale of her sister, who vanished without a trace. "The fog rolled in one evening, and she just disappeared. We searched for days, but she was gone. I can still hear her laughter echoing in the mist," she whispers, her eyes darting nervously to the door. As Sarah collects these stories, a pattern emerges, each tale connected by a thread of fear, regret, and loss. She begins to notice the fog's strange behavior. It thickens unexpectedly, rolling in with a mind of its own, as if it seeks to protect its secrets from prying eyes. Determined to uncover the truth, 𝗪𝗏 delves deeper into the town's archives, sifting through old newspapers and forgotten records. In the dim light of the library, she uncovers an unsettling article detailing a series of mysterious disappearances dating back over a century, all occurring during the same time of year when the fog thickens. The connection sends a chill down her spine. This is not merely a coincidence, it's a pattern that transcends generations. One evening, as she studies late into the night, a sudden gust of wind rattles the windows. The fog outside thickens ominously, swirling around the building. 𝗪𝗏 feels an inexplicable urge to step outside, to confront the mist that seems to beckon her. Stepping out into the fog, the world around her transforms. The familiar town square warps into an otherworldly landscape, where shadows twist and writhe, whispering secrets only they understand. She follows the sound of laughter, a haunting melody that draws her deeper into the night. As she wanders, she stumbles upon a clearing, illuminated by a ghostly light. In the center stands an old well, its stones worn and moss-covered. 𝗪𝗏 approaches, heart racing, drawn to the ethereal glow emanating from within. Leaning closer, she peers into the depths and sees a reflection, not of herself, but of faces long gone, trapped in an eternal dance within the fog. A shiver runs down her spine as she realizes the truth. The fog is not just a weather phenomenon, it's a portal, a barrier between the living and the lost. Those who have vanished are trapped, their souls entwined with the mist, forever yearning for freedom. Just then, a figure emerges from the fog, a woman dressed in white, her face obscured. "You shouldn't have come here," she warns, her voice a mere whisper. "The fog knows your name, and it will not let you go." A rush of wind sweeps through the clearing, and the fog thickens, coiling around 𝗪𝗏 like a serpent. The woman steps closer, her features becoming clearer. "I was once like you, seeking the truth," she reveals, her eyes filled with sorrow. "But the truth came at a cost. I am bound to this place, forever watching, forever waiting." Just as the weight of despair begins to close in on 𝗪𝗏, she gathers her courage. "I will not be a victim," she declares, determination igniting within her. "I will find a way to break this curse." As the fog roils, the spirits trapped within call out, their voices blending into a cacophony of sorrow and despair. 𝗪𝗏 feels their pain, their desperation echoing through her bones. In that moment, she understands, to free them, she must confront the source of the fog's power. With newfound resolve, she steps into the heart of the mist, reaching for the well. "If you want me, you'll have to take me," she shouts, defiance ringing in her voice. The fog responds, swirling violently, and 𝗪𝗏 feels the pull of countless souls fighting for freedom. In a blinding flash of light, she finds herself transported to another time, a vision of the town in its glory days, where laughter filled the air and the fog was merely a whisper of nature. She witnesses a tragedy unfold, a crime hidden beneath layers of time. A betrayal, a lost love, and the birth of a curse. With each revelation, the fog shifts, revealing fragments of the past, offering clues to the truth. 𝗪𝗏 pieces together the events that led to the fog's dark transformation, realizing that to break the cycle, she must confront the one responsible, the spirit of a heartbroken lover who turned to darkness, seeking vengeance on those who wronged her. As the vision fades, 𝗪𝗏 stands once more in the clearing. The fog begins to lift, revealing the faces of the lost, their expressions filled with hope. "You have the power to set us free," the woman in white urges. "You must make them remember." With that, 𝗪𝗏 races back to the town, her heart pounding with purpose. She gathers the townsfolk, sharing the truth of their history and the pain that has lingered for too long. As they listen, the fog responds, thinning and lightening, releasing the trapped souls one by one. In a final act of courage, 𝗪𝗏 confronts the spirit of the jilted lover. "Your pain does not have to define this." The haunting of Hollow Creek town, 𝗧𝗵𝗵𝘁'𝘀 implores, her voice steady and unwavering. You can find peace without bringing more suffering to others. Let go of your anger, and allow the fog to clear. The air crackles with energy as the spirit hesitates, a mixture of sorrow and rage reflected in her ghostly visage. For a moment, the world holds its breath, waiting for the outcome of this confrontation. Then, with a shuddering breath, the spirit's face softens. I only wanted to be remembered, she whispers, her voice trembling with vulnerability. 𝗧𝗵𝗵𝘁'𝘀 steps forward, her heart open. You are remembered. Your story lives on through us all. You have the chance to heal, to let go of the pain that binds you. The fog begins to dissipate, swirling in a gentle dance, as the spirit reaches out, her hand extending towards the light that now breaks through the thick mist. As the last tendrils of fog fade away, the trapped souls are released, their faces lifting into serene expressions of gratitude. The townspeople watch in awe as the memories of their lost loved ones are set free, their cries of despair transforming into songs of release. Hollow Creek begins to feel lighter, the weight of years of sorrow lifting as the darkness recedes. With the fog lifted and the town awakening from its long-held fears, 𝗧𝗵𝗵𝘁'𝘀 stands in the town square, surrounded by grateful townsfolk. We have all suffered under the weight of our history, she declares, addressing the community. But now we have a chance to create a new story, one that honors those we've lost without being consumed by our past. As the crowd murmurs in agreement, 𝗧𝗵𝗵𝘁'𝘀 turns her gaze to the camera, addressing the viewers directly. What do you think lies beneath the fog of Hollow Creek? Are there secrets in your own town that have yet to be uncovered? I invite you to share your thoughts and theories in the comments below. And if you found this tale hauntingly captivating, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more chilling stories from Epic Tales by 𝗪𝗵𝘁'𝘀. Join us as we continue to explore the shadows that lurk just beyond the light.